We are live. Okay. Welcome everyone. Uh, another day, another week, probably another month as well. So after WordCamp Asia, after series of WordCamp Asia talks, chit chat with people, we still have some videos from WordCamp Asia left. We'll publish them in upcoming days. But another flagship event, WordCamp Europe, is near the corner. So WordCamp Europe is going to happen in this June. So if you are not sure about the dates, then you can visit WordCamp Europe official website. It is going to be happening in Torino, Italy from 13 to 15 June. And from the organizing team, we have Ohia.
Ohia.
Yeah, I was able to pronounce it correctly. Ohia from the organizing team. She is in community team actually with so many other team members. We are going to talk about what Campiro, what is her role, uh, how is the preparation going on during this call today. But before that, we also want to know about her a little bit, so that what type of people are involved in organizing WordCamp Europe. So we want to know about how she started doing WordPress things, how she get involved, what was the turning points that drive her to be a part of WordPress community, how she is loving, why she is loving WordPress, how she is making money for living. So in the surrounding of her. So I would like to welcome you, everyone, those who are watching live right now. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you are not able, those who are not able to watch live, we will have this recorded version in YouTube, and then you can watch it later anytime. And if you are currently working, you can always have this video on the side, and you can simply put your headphone and listen it. We will talk about very interesting thing with her, and probably will try to motivate you for this WordPress project, and probably you will also be a part of WordPress if you are not already. Okay, welcome to Go WP. So glad to have you here you today.
Hey.
So I'd like to hand over this microphone to you. Please introduce yourself first, and then probably you can talk about how you get involved in WordPress. Up to you.
I'm Ohia, and my name, like many names in the world, is sometimes hard to pronounce, or we don't know exactly how to pronounce it when we read it. So, and I'll tell a really quick story about how I got it. Um, my mom calls me Colleen, which is an Irish name. But over 20 years ago, I was living in the old growth forest on the west coast of the United States, in the trees that are 2,000, 3,000 years old, which, is something on the planet that we can't replace. And so I was living in the trees, occupying them so that they wouldn't be cut down. And we all used forest names. We used activist names, and I chose Ohia, and I've used that name ever since professionally, and it kind of sticks. It's kind of cool. So, yeah, I'm Ohia. It's like Ohio, but feminino, or the feminine version of Ohio. And yeah, how did I get involved with WordPress? Well, after I came out of the forest, no, I graduated from design school in the year 2000. We weren't learning the internet at that point. The year after I finished school, which was 2000, the year after they started their like a bachelor's degree program teaching the internet. So like I have been involved in design for a really long time. About 5 years later, I got a job at a nonprofit. Well, actually, right before that, I started interning at a Joomla shop. So my first introduction to the world of websites was Joomla. And that was around, I think, 2005 or six. I can't remember exactly. And then after that internship, I started working with a nonprofit in Asheville, North Carolina, and their website was in WordPress. But I was doing community outreach, which is like, I love community building and community outreach and
Mm,
teaching. And but they were like in need, it's a nonprofit, so everyone wears multiple hats. They were in need of someone to do updates on the website, and I thought I'll take a peek at the back end. I'm not even sure if I knew the term back end at that point. And I just started messing around, and it was WordPress. And, there was a learning curve, like there is with all technology and many things in life.
mm,
And I started doing updates and, kind of making the design a little bit better.
mm,
And that's how I got into WordPress. But I was kind of alone for a long time. I didn't really plug into the community for a long time. I went to two word camps that were spread out of about 6 years.
mm,
Um, the first was in 2012 in Atlanta, and then I think 6 years later in Kent, Ohio. And then 4 years after that, I went to my third word camp, which was Porto. And I just got sucked in from there.
mm,
Um, I applied to be a volunteer there, which was a really awesome experience. I was a swag wrangler, um, which means like getting the people their swag. And I
yeah,
really love that sort of like rapid fire way to like meet people and make a joke with them and then
yeah,
get them to swag. And, then it's one of the first entries into the WordCamp, and you get to meet a lot of people that way, and then you have a connection for later on.
mm,
Um, and then I live in Spain. I've been living in Spain for over 4 years, and I don't know if people pay attention to what Spain is doing in the WordCamp WordPress community, but they have a phenomenal amount of WordCamps here,
mm,
and I'm
yeah,
extremely lucky that well, I love Spain and I've wanted to be here for a long time, but I'm really lucky that I like sort of decided to plug into the WordPress WordCamp world because except for like 2 months in the summer, there's
mm,
a WordCamp almost every month. And I have been very fortunate to plug in, make friends, make community that way. Like I have friends all over Spain, and somebody actually from northern Spain is visiting Granada today, and I'm going to go have tapas with him later. So, um, Spain really, really sucked me in. I think if I was anywhere else in the world, I wouldn't have become so deeply involved so quickly.
yeah, exactly. So we know like how great community is Spain, especially in the context of European country. Yeah, so sometimes it happens like instead of living in other part of Europe, you are in Spain. Spain have a very good WordPress community, and even after 4 years of attending the second WordCamp, you got a chance to be a volunteer. So being a volunteer, and you are especially in the hot seat actually in the context of volunteers like fly hanging. So everybody loves swags, and you got a chance to meet with so many people from different countries, different part of the world. And as you said, you make jokes, you make fun, you chit chat with them, you make friends as well. So that is how we can grow. That is how we can make community. Lots of people are not. Lots of people are actually introvert, and they are really not able to make friends in a short period of time. But those who are extrovert, those who are able to make friends very quick, then that type of hot seat will give them the bigger opportunity to get connected with the world. So attending WordCamp in 2012, you attended WordCamps like 2 hours, sorry, 2 years before than me. I got attended first WordCamp in 2014 in Kathmandu. So you involved in WordPress, but I involved in WordPress community since like 2012 on the same period of time. At that time, I was one of the meetup organizers in my local town. But you have some gaps, like from 2012, and you like went somewhere like Joomla and other stops probably, and 2018, you think that you need to attend another WordCamps, and after that, after 4 years, there was COVID and other stops in between. I can understand that. So from 2022, you got a chance to volunteer, and now 2024, just after 2 years. Do you know I'm also checking your WordPress profile, and it's really amazing. So in 2023, you have a very good number of WordCamps. So let me count: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, more than 10. So
It's Spain, man. I'm telling you, it's like the
yeah,
epicenter.
yeah,
Yeah.
the big sense. Yeah. So in your involvement in that particular work camps are like in a different teams, community team, volunteers. So that way you can also get chance to know about the different aspects of organizing that events. And now you are in one of the biggest, no, one of the biggest, not the biggest flagship events for WordPress, WordCamp. WordCamp Europe is the biggest WordCamp, I must say. So you are in the
Yeah.
organizing, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel really honored to be
Mm,
able to be part of the organizing for this. Like here in Spain, um, I'm a volunteer a lot. I still have a little bit of a language barrier,
mm,
and a little bit of stage fright.
mm,
And I do want to be a speaker at some point, but I think my talk will be something like why I would rather be volunteering than on this stage right now, or something
mm,
like that.
mm.
I love volunteering and I love organizing.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, I was I bought my ticket for Porto.
mm,
And then I thought, hey, I've volunteered forever. I've been
mm,
volunteering forever and ever. It's just fun.
mm,
Um, and so when I became a volunteer there, the call for organizers went out, and I was kind of like, like I don't know why they would pick me because I don't know what I have to contribute, or my history of contribution isn't that great. And I was picked by Estela Rueda, who I love, and put on the community team. And it was just a really beautiful experience of collaboration and, the same experience that I've had in many volunteer experiences where you're looking sort of for consensus and people build something together. And so that was really an incredible experience. And of course, when the call for organizers went out again for this year, 2024, I immediately signed up. I put the
mm,
top five um, options, and
mm,
community was at the top because it's great, and I definitely have made like lifelong friends at being an organizer. So
mm,
um, yeah, and each year has a different flavor. We've got Estella was the lead organizer for community team this last year,
mm.
and Lisa is the leader this year. And it's really amazing to watch the leaders in their direction. And I absolutely will be signing up next year also.
Yeah,
So it'll be really interesting to see like how it feels next year too.
exactly. So if you started organizing or getting involved in this community, you'll never get out from it. Actually, you will like something will pulling you. So when you working on it, when you are contributing on it, sometimes you feel that, oh, I'm done. I think I need to take some break. But if you take like few days of break or few weeks of break, then something will pull you. Probably you will get exhausted while organizing WordCamp this event, like in 2024. And but when call for organizers will come again for 2025, and probably your fingers will start typing, hey, I need to apply it again. So I was also the lead organizer for this contributor day team, similar to the community team in WordCamp Asia 2023. I know
Yeah.
how Lisa is feeling right now, how much stress she has, what are the things that she need to take care about uh, do for doing all those things. But being a member of that particular team, if you work closely with her, if you work closely with the different other teams, you'll also get a chance to learn a very new things, because we need to do lots of meetings, so, and people from different company, people from different culture, and people from different perspective will be there. And someone shares something, someone shares something, someone shares something, and if you take them, then you will really get a good idea of those stuff. That is why I love to organize. So yeah, we need to work hard, we need to work for free. It's all volunteering work. We don't, we get nothing expect a welcome dinner, I guess, and a free tickets of WordCamp. But
Yeah.
on the top of that, we get lots and lots of networking. We got lots and lots of friends. We get lots and lots of knowledge organizing that events. So that is why. So yeah.
Yeah, knowledge, I would say. I'm on the community team this year, but a few months ago, um, the web and IT team put a call out and it said, we need people to help us implement the site. So we've got the incredible design team,
Mm,
and they're making things look so fun and juicy, and just
mm,
like the color palette is really rich. And I love the design this year. So we have the design team, and they designed the website, and then web and IT, and they're, keeping everything running smoothly. And but me and another woman named Gloria, who's on the local team, sort of jumped in to help do the implementation of the design, with the help of the web and IT team. But
mm,
we kind of came in as, heavy hitters to get CSS in and set a lot of things up, and a lot of templates and patterns.
mm,
And so, yes, knowledge. Like,
mm.
I'm learning a lot, because I don't know if you've worked in the back end of a WordCamp site, but your
I do.
options for plugins and things are very limited. So you have to come up with creative ways to get things to happen, or even, I wouldn't say regress, but like we're relying on a lot more CSS, and there's limitations. And that is changing with,
Mm,
the different versions of core that come
mm,
out, and the different things that we have access to, which is
mm.
really cool. But like, I'm learning a lot, and I love
Yeah,
it. And
yeah,
it is inspiring me a
yeah,
ton.
yeah,
So
yeah. So yeah, I know, like I have access of WordCamp sites. I was also a lead organizer for one of the WordCamp in my local town. I know the limitation that we have, but that is a different things. But within the limitation, if we are able to deliver the better website, then that is an example. And that is the challenging thing for website team, IT team, how to deliver the best website from that limited resource, limited
yeah,
access.
yeah, it's a
And,
challenge, and it's
yeah,
fun.
yeah,
Challenges are
exactly.
fun.
Yeah. So if yeah, that is the challenge, that is an opportunity, and we can deliver. If we are able to deliver it, then we got success, right? So like challenge, opportunity, and success comes in a single line.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah. Um, I've been working a lot with Carlos Longarella, because he
mm,
and I both sort of have like a vampire schedule. So like, I'll be working on something, and it's 1:30 or 2 o'clock or 2:30 in the morning, and I'm like, I
oh,
wonder if Carlos can help me with this. And
mm,
he's usually there when
oh,
I
nice.
ask him at that time.
Yeah,
So that's been
yeah,
really, but so that's an extra knowledge base and opportunity for problem solving and learning and community building. But what I am like, my real true job this year is the community team and contributor day. And I'll just say really quickly what community team does. We're in charge of contributor day. We're in charge of the community booth,
mm,
where we are in charge of making sure the kids workshop happens. Side events are registered and get published onto the website. We are in charge of the wellness track.
mm,
What else? Oh, I don't want my teammates to be upset that I forget all of our responsibilities, but we have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of stuff going on, and
yeah,
it's It's we have work going on throughout the organization, and we have work during the camp. So like a lot of teams will have work before camp, and then they get to like have fun at camp. But ours is like plan, and put into action while we're there. So but yeah, I just want to say community booth this year is focused on sustainability, and sort of the whole community team is focused on sustainability. I know what I forgot to say, WordCamp Connect, which is a really important part of WordCamp. It's sort of more of like a brainstorming open session that's led by someone in the community that has a lot of experience. But attendees are invited to come and speak and kind of brainstorm. And last year, actually, I believe the mentorship program was born at WordCamp Connect. So that's what it is. We want people to come and really feel heard. And that's sort of a separate track this year. But our team, community team, is focused on sustainability. And that includes everything from mental health to sponsorship, which is money, which can help with mental health sometimes and alleviate stress. We're going to talk about burnout. We're going to talk about how not to burn out. We're going to talk about getting more volunteers to join so the community is sustained. We're going to talk about Five for the Future is featured at Community Booth. And then we will also talk about like environmental sustainability things. So we're really trying to focus on the longevity of the WordPress project. Yeah.
Yeah. How someone can miss this event? So I'm excited, and those who are watching this video are, I think, actually excited because from a community team, if we are able to get like these type of like ingredients in the events, then the events will be like super awesome. And I think I can also add something on your plate, you know. It's still full, but I want to add something on your plate. We introduced Human Library and orientation workshop during WordCamp Asia this year. If you haven't checked that, you can also check it. That was also a part of Contributor Day team. Human Library and orientation workshop. Orientation workshop was more focused for first WordCamp attendees or first Contributor Day attendees, because many of them usually come join the Contributors Day and ask for how to make WordPress.org account, how to join WordPress Slack. That is very basic. Without that, we are not able to contribute to WordPress, right? So those who are first timer, we usually have them in a different room, and we have some slides and show them how what is contributed today, what is the benefits of contributing, and how you can start contributing, like helping them to make .org account and make Slack account. After that, we also have a human library. So there will be a human book and there will be a reader. And we have allocated them 15 minutes. We have a timer on the table for 15 minutes. So for example, there will be lots of books available in the library. And if someone wants to learn about, I want to learn about marketing, or I have some questions about contributing. I have some queries about like LMS website making. I have a multi-vendor marketplace, but I need some SEO staff's help. For example, those who and the book and the readers will come, and the team member will find out the perfect person for them, and they will get a match, and we'll have a small table and a chair, and they will sit in front of them, and we set the timer for 15 minutes, and they will talk for 15 minutes to each other. So that is one, yeah, that is one in one solution. So someone can really sit in front of the expert and can ask questions, anything. And that opportunity that is an opportunity. There's someone who are attended WordCamps but not sure what are the benefits that they can get. Probably that is a good idea. So we started that human library this time. You can also check the human library because lots and lots of people really appreciate that. I think for the first hour of the continuous day, for a few hours, no one was show up in the in that particular human library because of the idea. But
Yeah.
when someone started doing that, then like
It's
there are
fun.
so
It's
many
a
people.
kind
There
of
are so
game.
many
Yeah.
people. So yeah, so there are so many readers. There are so many books. Like someone want to share the knowledge. Someone want to get the knowledge. So human library was a great success. You can also discuss with your team. Probably you can also do this idea in your camp as well.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's really cool. And I would love to talk with you more about that, like further
Yeah,
in detail. And
yeah,
is there any documentation on that or like an article or
yeah.
any?
We
I
have
want
we
to
have
know
couple.
more.
Yeah, yeah. We have couple of blog posts in WordCamp Asia side. I guess I can also share with you after this.
That's interesting. So it sounds a little bit like WordCamp Connect, a little bit. So
Yeah.
at Community Booth, we are, well, first of all, so for new attendees, I think after WordCamp Asia happened, we did talk about how it was set up that there was a different room for
Mm.
attendees, first-time attendees. And was there a breakfast for first-time attendees, or that was something different? So someone told us about how it was set up there, and that sounds really ideal. We definitely have an area for first-time attendees, but the format of the venue of where we are is super, super, super duper open. It's really open, and we don't have extra rooms to put things in, really. Um, but we're definitely going to have a section for first-time attendees to come and people leading them through signing up for their Slack and their WordPress.org account, which that is quite a feat in itself. You know, if you're a first-time attendee on Contributor Day, getting those things done is like kudos to you. And you're going to be able to contribute in the future. It can be a convoluted and confusing process. So I want to say any first-time attendees that are listening to this, don't worry if you're kind of like at the end of that process, kind of like, okay, now what? There's all this like chat and pings and I have a profile somewhere. Like if you stay plugged into the community, those things are the two tools that you have to have. They'll be very useful in the future. And you can go to whatever table you want. You can change tables. And if you slip in the at a table when they're in the middle of something, like the amazing thing about WordPress community and Contributor Day specifically is that our hearts and our minds and our brains and our community arms are open to embrace everyone and ideas and more humans. At least mine is, you know, like, but I think that's the general idea of open source, you know, like be open to people that have less knowledge, be open to their ideas even if the question that they have has been asked 30,000 times before, it's okay because we are constantly learning and teaching, and there are levels on all the spectrum from zero, never heard of, to, you know, Matt Mullenweg. So everyone is welcome with every kind of knowledge. And what we really want to do is foster a space that feels safe for people to ask questions and answer questions. So Contributor Day is going to be really awesome. And I do want to follow up with you on your really cool idea of the human library.
Yeah,
Sounds great.
yeah. I love to share that as well.
Yeah.
And we usually learn from different WordCamps as well. In 2023, we introduced museum like WordPress museum. We have a small booth, very small booth, but we try to collect swags, souvenir from different WordCamps from a few years back, probably from 2012, probably from 2010, from different cities, from different WordCamps, and collect them in a place. And it was like a small museum. That was just an initiation actually from in 2023. in Bangkok. So, but this year we didn't continue. It was not continued, but that was the idea, and probably some other WordCamps. For example, uh, WordCamp in Tokyo, Japan. They have like very long history of organizing the WordCamp. So probably they can do that, like collecting swags from the first WordCamps to the today's WordCamps. Those who attended that particular WordCamp can feel that, oh, what a cool swag they distributed in that particular year. So it will be like a flashback, and we usually love that, Oh, being like thinking about the past days and being nostalgic. So people people usually love to do that. So that was another idea. So we love
That
we yeah
that is a really cool idea, and it's
mm,
open source because
yeah
you're counting on the community
mm,
to bring the things.
Yeah,
mm,
you can
And
also ask the organizer for.
that is such an awesome idea. I really, really like that. I wish I would have thought of it, but I'm glad somebody did.
yeah.
Oh, cool.
So it means that we learn from each other. We get idea from another WordCamps or another people, another meetup chapters, another group of people, and implement that. Probably someone will get influence from that particular work and implement on their area. So human library was introduced this time. Probably someone will introduce in their meetup or in their WordCamps. So that is how we will grow together. That is how we learn together. You know.
Yeah.
We
And
need to make WordCamps more engaging, more interesting, and not
yeah,
you, because we are living with WordPress since 2012 or 14, and it's repeating. We need to change the way it happens, because a kind of some starter WordCamp can focus on different thing, and the WordCamp like Europe or other
Start
WordCamp
this WordCamp.
they need to also work on the people who are continuing the WordCamp from 2012 or 14, because they need another kind of stuff like mental health type of stuff, or job or money type of balance type of stuff. That's also
Yeah,
great.
yeah. I agree with you. So those who are organizing WordCamps from very longer period of time, and if the format is still the same, probably like more than 50-60% of the attendees will be same. So if they are attending WordCamps in a regular basis, and if they find the taste of that particular WordCamp same, then they will feel bored, and they will feel like they don't see any new things in that particular WordCamp. So what as an organizer, what we can do is we need to add some taste in every WordCamps. As you said, from the community team, you have so many responsibilities. It camps, blah blah blah. So and we also need to analyze what attendees will expect from particular WordCamps. If they
Yeah.
love to do more networking rather than less session, we need to structure the WordCamps in that way. Because these days, if someone asks me, like, what are the 5 things that you want to get from WordCamps, then probably I will say networking, probably I will say like awesome food, probably I will say sessions, probably I will say selfie with Matt, probably I will say um, uh, like after party or before party, something like that. So we also need to understand what attendees are actually looking for.
Yeah.
How, this year in WordCamp Asia, all the sessions hall were full every time, all the sessions of the hall, because in Taiwan, there were so many first-time attendees, and they love to attend the sessions rather than roaming around in sponsor booth or something like that. So we also need to understand what attendees are actually looking for based on
Mm.
that, because WordCamp Europe have very long history. So I think they have the data. How many people are inside the hall? How many people are logging the booth? How many people are networking?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
if many attendees are logging, are interested for networking, then probably we can arrange spaces for networking. Okay,
Yeah.
we need to provide enough space for networking. But if the attendees are interested for sessions, then probably we can organize or plan the session in that way.
Mm.
So that is how. And in WordCamp Asia this year, we also had some invited speakers. Those
Mm.
who haven't applied it as a speaker, but we also request them from our end, and we request them, hey, probably you can come to our WordCamp Asia and speak. And that was a great addition for this WordCamp as well.
Mm.
So is organizers, not only for flagship, those who are organizing WordCamps for the city level, those who are organizing WordCamp for the country level, they can also implement in that way. They can also think in that way.
Totally. And I think most WordCamps send out like the after email survey asking for like an analysis or a
Yeah,
review. A
can I say
review.
one can I say one thing?
Mhm.
Do you actually fill that survey form by giving a proper time, uh, or you just fill that survey form just for filling it?
So I don't know, like depending on how I feel personally, any survey form can get like a very serious analytical broken down, this could be better, to
Mm,
a yeah, it was great. Thanks so much for having me. Can't wait to see you next year. So
yeah.
it depends. I'm sure
Mm,
some valuable information comes through for the
mm,
organizers, but like we're hoping that the last session of WordCamp Connect, which is where we invite attendees to have their voices heard also, we're hoping that that last session is for first-time attendees, and we're
Mm.
going to make it later in the day. And we want first-time attendees to come and sort of tell us what their experience was like, or what was confusing, or what could have gone better. It's kind of hard to pinpoint what could have gone better when you're a first-time attendee at WordCamp Europe, because it's huge and crazy and there's so much going on. And so maybe you don't have the time to analyze, but we really want to hear the voices of the people immediately, like while they're there, what could be better, what did you love, how was onboarding, just all of that stuff. So yeah, it is a critical analysis, a critique
Yeah,
is
we can
very
also
important.
try a different kind of testing things, like we are taking their feedbacks. At least they are giving some kind of insight. We can also organize our local meetups after the word camps
Yeah,
and just collect the for feedback or something like that. That can also help us to
yeah,
uh, improve our upcoming word camps. I also remember one kind of experiment that we have done in our WordCamp Kathmandu. The time that was the React is just introducing to the industry. WordPress is also going to the React, and Gutenberg is building, and WordPress is also talking about going to React or Vue, and our local people are just confused about what to do and what is the way of doing React, or what is the things that can be done with the Vue.js. Then we asked our organizer team who can reach the different community than the WordPress, the React community or other community, and they have just prepared one workshop and 2 or 3 sessions for the React, especially for the React, and that is intended to our people who would like to know more about the React. And yes, that kind of workshop and session has also helped our people to get jumped into the new technology. That kind of community feedback or working or improvement are also very helpful.
it is. Yeah, I mean, it's open source, so we want the community to be happy, and we are the community, you know, like I'm an organizer, but I'm not in charge.
Yeah.
I'm hoping this is good for everyone. And the things that I'm getting from it, like we said at the beginning, are connections with other community members, deepening connections and knowledge and things like that. So it's so important to hear from attendees and how they're feeling and what they want. Definitely.
We all are attendees, not organizer, not other kind of position we are in, but we all are attendees. We need better experience of WordCamp or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we talk lots and lots about WordCamp. So let's go away from WordCamp and talk something about um, maybe personal or maybe WordPress related, but out from WordCamp. So how you are making your living from this particular industry, uh, how you work, and how you work actually, like the flow of work that you perform.
I have been working um, for a company called Liquid Spark Marketing for 14 years. I have a really wonderful relationship with my boss, Julie. We just seem to be able to communicate in the same way, which is really focused and intense, and we don't stop until things are really, really good.
Mm.
And it's WordPress websites. Like, I think that I said, I can't remember if it was after we went live, but I graduated in 2000 from design school, and then a few years later got into the internship with Joomla, and then got into WordPress. And around the time that I got into WordPress, I met Julie, and I've been working making adventure vacation websites, doing design and implementation. And I sort of followed the trends, even though I was outside of the community. And when I say that, I just mean like I wasn't going to meetups. I didn't even really know they existed, honestly. Like I
Mm.
wasn't going to WordCamps. I don't know how I caught wind of the Atlanta WordCamp. Maybe it was in the back end of the nonprofit website that I was working
Mm.
on. I don't know.
Mm. Mm.
But I worked alone a lot. And so making websites and design, which I love. And I followed trends, and there have been Aveda websites in my history and Bridge and many different kinds of builders. But right now I'm really trying to focus on the block editor and block building sites, and I'm really loving it. And it feels good to kind of be at the beginning of something too, you know? But yeah, I use WordPress for my main source of income.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
It's a company. You are doing your own company or you are doing a job in other people's company.
I'm the lead web designer, not developer, but I do implementation for Liquid Spark. And then I do have Ohia Design. My website is just a bunch of fun tutorials that I've followed from YouTube tutorials thrown
Mm.
onto my website somewhat recently at
Mm.
ohia.design.
Mm.
Um, they're Jamie Marsland tutorials. Shout out to that guy.
Mm.
And I don't know, like there's in English, we have this saying that the cobbler's children go barefoot, which basically means like the shoemaker's children have no shoes, which is kind of me. Like I'll make websites for everybody else in the world, but I can't push myself to get my own done. So, but soon, very soon, kind of like Marta Torres had talked about her website, um, and how long it took to actually have it launched, which it did recently. She's another organizer on content team this year, but I'll have my own website launched soon enough. So,
Yeah,
and
but
showcasing the projects that I've made.
yeah, but those who are making the living from WordPress and they say that you can easily make a website in 5 to 10 minutes.
Yes.
Then you don't have the website. That is really a fun part. But
We
those who, yeah,
we need that website for just a heading. Like we can make website in 5 minutes. For
5 minutes.
that purpose only.
Yeah, but these days, after the introduction of the block themes, website making website is even more easier. Like in the past, it was easy as well, but these days we can easily make the website and we can easily customize the website. You you should not be a programmer. You don't need to know what is FTP, SFTP, what is PSP, blah blah blah. You can simply install the block themes and you can simply change the things where you would like to change it. It's like a
Just
touch screen
pattern
mobile
and
phone.
change your
So
name.
do whatever you would like. So you just need to know how to drag the things, how to put it, row, column, something like that. So it's really easier. So you are busy with the client work or your projects. I can understand that. But those who are free and those who are really looking for the website, and if they are not able to pay for a developer like us, then they can also make the website using WordPress. And it's super easy with the block themes. And if they use block themes, then their website speed will be very, very, very fast. So I have my
Yeah.
personal blog. I have a block theme activated, and my website speed is probably 100. So in GTmetrix, it's all a. So we can do that as well. And there are so many people who are not from the technical background, who are not from the programming background. They learn WordPress. They are now the good developer. They are making money for their life using WordPress. So we have so many examples from it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, like the majority of the clients that Liquid Spark has are adventure vacation companies. So a lot of people that spend a lot of time like whitewater rafting or having, like a biking, it's a, bicycle tour company or whatever. So when we started, people didn't really have their hands in tech at all, like many of our clients are in more the nature realm, and that's starting to be married, nature and tech.
Mm.
But we are able to right now set up websites and hand them off to a client who, has a ranch in Montana and, is in their 70s, and we're able to hand this WordPress website off to them, give them a training, and it's easy enough in the back end for them to update their own website. And that is really important that the client have control afterwards. So yeah, like everything from a first timer building their first website to handing it off to a client and making sure that, it's kind of foolproof and not intimidating for them. I think WordPress really is working that way for users
Yeah,
Okay.
across the
it's
board.
being very easy for the users, not only the developer and designer. It's now designed for the user.
Yeah.
More.
Now, yeah, we talk about WordCamp, we talk about WordPress and money as well. Now let's get everything out from it, like not from WordPress, not from WordCamps. Let's get into the health issue. I would like to let me read one thing. Many a times it just needs small attention to take care of our wellness. Here is a fantastic rule that here is fantastic rule 20 that works wonders for our eyes as well. So we always stay in front of our laptop. After every 20 minutes spent on a screen, try to look away at sometimes that is 20 feet far away for a total of 20 seconds. This is how
Okay.
it takes for our eyes rest and relax. So we can divide uh, we can make a rule of 20, 20, 20, and 20 seconds and do something great. Like if we stay in front of laptop for 20 minutes, try to find a object 20 feet far away from you and like watch
We,
it
we,
for 20
we need
seconds.
one Scrum Master for this kind of
Yeah,
exercise.
yeah.
The Scrum Master will
So, so
fail.
Ohaya, like how you are managing your health and work till date? Like how is your work health life balance?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
work life
like
balance.
how like
Okay.
it should not be
Um,
organized, but how you are dealing with it, or if you are suffering it, if you are not able to maintain it, that is fine. We all know that we need to maintain it, but if you have that experience, like
well,
how you are doing that.
I feel like for me,
Mm,
working and implementing design or watching something come through, like I mentioned before, like I have very strange hours. I'm awake very late at night, but also sometimes I'm awake in the morning, and
mm,
that can wreak havoc on a person. But
mm,
what is happening when I'm building things and
mm,
when I like push and I see my CSS change on the front end and
mm,
it works, that's a dopamine ding, right?
mm,
That's like a serotonin. And your brain can get addicted to that, right? Those
mm,
little
mm,
dings. And you forget that your body needs to get
mm,
up and actually move and create those endorphins that your body needs to do, like,
mm,
so you can get stuck and kind of addicted to the screen work you're doing, which is fun, and your brain's getting dopamine less and less each time.
mm,
So I really try to, like, I live in Granada, which has mountains. I have to live in a place with mountains. It's just
yeah,
something I've learned about myself in time. So I head out my door when I can, and I try to go. I try to like do a little route around Granada. The cemetery here is beautiful, and it's at the top of a mountain. So like one of my favorite things in the world is cemeteries. And one of the reasons that I live in Granada is because the cemetery here is on my exercise route, and I just get to love it. But yeah, I think taking care of ourselves physically is really important. And at least for me, I can get into this work hole where I don't get up from my desk all day. And
mm,
Mm,
then while I do feel accomplished and things have been done, I feel drained,
mm,
but I haven't moved physically at all. So I
yes,
really think we need to find the balance of making sure that at least 30 minutes a day we're moving our bodies a little bit, even if it's
mm,
walking around our apartment, like
mm,
it's COVID again. Like we have to move our bodies, which is
mm,
why we have the wellness track at WordCamp
mm,
Europe.
yeah,
So
yeah. The problem is these days we have the culture of working from home.
mm,
In the past, we at least we have office like quite few kilometers away from the apartment or from the home, and at that time we also get chance to walk but these days we stay like all day at home. We have
mm,
like these days we have some like online food ordering system. We can simply order the food, grab the food and sit in the chair. As you said, like whenever we stuck in a problem, we try to fix it. And if there is a workload, we work for whole night, and probably we got exhausted, and probably we get angry with the people who are like around us. So we never notice that it's really like killing us in a bad way. Like we know that is bad, but we are not able to get out from it actually. During the
it's lonely.
weekends,
It's
yeah,
kind of lonely.
yeah.
mm.
So during
Yeah.
during the weekend, we also want to open our laptop and want to do some work even during the weekend. That was not a mandatory actually, but that is our habit. That is like work is in our blood. So every day when I wake up, I first go to my table and open my laptop, and then I will start doing something. Or at least I'll wake up, take my phone, and start checking the emails. I know that that is not that urgent, but that is our habit.
Mm.
Yeah.
So yeah. So do you have any tips or ideas how we can get out of it?
If we can, I think if we can, and I think about this a lot. I love that
Mm,
you brought this up, but I think it's better to the first part of the day if we can, depending on what other humans in our vicinity, maybe we have kids or partners are depending on us. but do something physical for yourself at the beginning of the day if you can. Like, uh, or another really awesome thing about Spanish culture is that they have a very set schedule during the day where they know when they're going to have breakfast, they know when they're going to have siesta or comida, and they pretty much know when they're going to have dinner. And it's this really beautiful flow. It's repetition, and I think it's really good for humans to do that. I haven't followed, I haven't followed, I should, I'm working on it, but like I would say getting structure and putting one thing at least to start with in your day that I am going to commit to 15 minutes of walking at 2 o'clock
Nice.
or 30 minutes of yoga in the morning before anything else. But yeah, my phone is my alarm and I wake up and I look at it and then I immediately check all the things that came in. So maybe
Fastly.
put
You can check
put your
fastly.
phone in a different room or get an old school alarm and use an old school alarm instead of the thing that has all your work on it to wake you up. I don't know. I
Mm.
need help.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we are human being,
Yeah.
but our Siri or our Google Home need to instruct us these days. Hey, grab some water. Hey, wake up from your chair. Hey, something like that. So we are getting control from machine these days. We have to set alarm where we need to wake up. We need to set alarm for our lunch and dinner. So I think if we are able to get out from it, and if we are able to do some like physical exercise, as you said, before starting our work, like let's go club for like 1 hour each day, or probably go for jogging for 30 minutes, probably for walk, not that far, but just around the apartment for 15-20 minutes. I think
Yeah.
that would be a great help. And
Yeah.
What
I
if
must say, yeah, please.
what if one of our meetups was based around a physical activity instead of just technology? Like what if
Mm,
instead of once a month we had twice a month and one of them was like go for a little walk with your friends? Pontevedra had like a picnic meetup, which was so nice, like we need to
Yeah.
make sure we're
yeah, we
pushing
used
each
to
other. Yeah.
we used to we
Yeah.
used to do, we used to do that, but only on our like like office outing or friends gathering. So we usually perform hiking or something like that, but that is not from the WordPress community. But if the community come together and organize this type of events like walking or hiking or some gathering like picnics and other stuff, I think
Even
that would,
meditation or just
yeah,
sitting, so
yeah,
like everyone can sit. It's very hard. It's actually
mm,
really hard to do that at the
mm,
beginning. But like even just pulling yourself away from all screens, input, and blue light
mm,
for
Yeah.
10 minutes, in solidarity with someone across the world who we all have this 10 minutes set on our calendar and then we come back together afterwards. I don't know. It's so
okay.
important though.
Before
This
adding
kind
up,
of things should
yeah,
be done regularly, not occasionally, because this is a kind of exercise, and this is for the not for the all attendees for the meetup and something like that. This kind of thing can be handled different way. And yeah, humans are naturally like the excitements, and we need to create the excitement. That is a natural thing. If we found excitement on our phone, people are going to ask the phone. If we
mm,
found another excited thing,
exactly.
then
Mm. So,
obviously,
so Ohio, for example, if you have to choose between the wallpaper of your phone and if you have to choose the live view of mountains,
no,
probably
yeah,
you will choose the mountains, right?
mountain.
So what we need to do that is we need to create that type of scenario. What people loves, what we love it. Yeah. So I think couple of years back, I get rid of using all the social media platforms. At that time, wherever I traveled, I usually enjoy a lot of that particular place because I didn't use social media and I don't have to click any photos. But when I started getting I started back on using those social media.
It's
And when I visit the
rapid.
same place again or different place,
It's
then I
rapid.
stopped seeing from my eyes. I started seeing from my mobile camera. So that was the problem. So there are various things that we need to stop using it, or we need to get rid out from it and see the world in a very beautiful way. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. So it was great talk with you. We talk about WordPress, WordCamps, personal things, like how you get started involved in WordPress, blah blah, lots and lots of things. And at the end, do you have anything to add before wrap up?
Just if you have the opportunity to get involved, like whether it's volunteering or just going to your first meetup, do it. Like I was a volunteer in Porto, and now 2 years later, I've got my hands in all kinds of things and I love it. So, the community should be welcoming to you, bottom line. So anyone who's like considering going to their first or second or whatever, like get the motivation to get out from in front of your computer and go to the real live human thing that happens in your community, if there is one. Yeah.
Okay.
Live your life. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
Thank you for
so
having me.
much for joining us today. And thank you
See you
so
at,
much for what, yeah. Thank you so much
see
for
you at the
watching us as
community booth.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love to be there. So thank you so much
Yeah.
for watching this video as well, those who are watching right now. And if you are interested attending WordCamp Europe, then I think tickets are still on. You can buy the tickets. You can also sign up for Contributors Day as well,
Yeah,
so
I
that you
think
can
there's just
contribute.
a few more contributor day spaces open right now.
Open
So
right now. Yeah.
get there,
Grab it,
sign up.
grab it. Yeah.
They went fast. They went really
Yeah, yeah. So, and you don't need to ask for, hey, do you have Contributors Day tickets? You don't need to ask for that. So go right away, sign up, and make your book your seat for Contributors Day, because Contributors Day tickets are quite limited than the usual tickets, because there are so many factors for organizing Contributors Day. And if you are not able to, yeah, please.
I was just gonna say, I can't wait to give you guys high fives at WordCamp Europe. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. And if you are not able to make it to WordCamp Europe, probably you can find WordCamp in your city, probably WordCamp in your country. Visit central.wordcamp.org and you can see all the list of WordCamps, and you can go there. And if you didn't find any WordCamps in your city, you can also Google WordPress meetup in your city or in your place, and try to connect with people and get involved in WordPress. And then you can learn WordPress, you can get involved in WordPress, and you can live from WordPress. So signing off for today. Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you everyone for listening.